Would you ignore a fire alarm in your home? You'd never dream of it. If the alarm started beeping in the middle of the night, you'd get up, you'd check for danger, and you'd protect yourself and the people you love. But every day, so many of us ignore the body's own version of a fire alarm, the quiet, subtle warning signs of high blood pressure. We dismiss the dizziness. We shrug off the headaches. We chalk up the shortness of breath to getting older. But high blood pressure isn't just a number your doctor reads out loud. It's a serious silent condition that can quietly damage your heart, your brain, and your kidneys without you even knowing it until it's too late. High blood pressure, also called hypertension, is one of the most common health problems seniors face. Yet it's also one of the most overlooked. That's because it rarely causes pain and it doesn't always make you feel sick. In fact, many people with dangerously high blood pressure feel perfectly fine right up until something terrible happens. When your blood pressure is too high, your heart has to work harder to push blood through your body. That constant pressure can quietly wear down your arteries, weaken your heart muscle, and even injure your brain. The results can be devastating: stroke, heart attack, kidney failure, vision loss, even dementia. And all of this can happen even though you thought you felt normal. As we age, our risk of high blood pressure goes up. That's partly because our blood vessels become stiffer over time and years of stress, salty foods, and inactivity take their toll. But here's the good news. High blood pressure is not your destiny. If you pay attention to the early signs and take simple steps, even small ones, you can lower your blood pressure, protect your heart, and enjoy more years of health and independence. So let's talk about those warning signs. High blood pressure doesn't always announce itself loudly, but it does send signals, quiet little alarms that many people ignore. If your hands and feet feel unusually cold, or you notice tingling or numbness in your fingers and toes, it could mean your circulation is suffering. High blood pressure damages blood vessels and makes it harder for blood to reach the extremities. We all get headaches from time to time, but if you start having more frequent or more intense headaches than usual, especially ones that feel strange to you, your body might be trying to tell you something. Lightheadedness, dizziness, or feeling unsteady when you stand up can also be a red flag. High blood pressure can interfere with the blood supply to your brain, and that can make you feel faint. Shortness of breath, even while you're resting or after very little activity, is not something to brush off. High blood pressure puts extra strain on your heart and lungs, and that can make it harder to catch your breath. Some people notice a strange pounding sensation in their ears or neck. This happens because your blood is being pushed through your vessels at dangerously high pressure. Numbness, weakness, or a tingling feeling on one side of your body can signal a hypertensive crisis or even warn of an impending stroke. And don't forget about nosebleeds. Sure, we all get the occasional nosebleed, but if they start happening more often for no clear reason, and especially alongside other symptoms, it could be a sign of damage to delicate blood vessels. Finally, pay attention to your eyes. Blurred vision, double vision, or even sudden loss of sight can point to dangerously high pressure damaging the tiny vessels in your retina. Any one of these symptoms is your body's way of sounding the alarm. Don't wait for things to get worse. Even if you're not sure, get your blood pressure checked. Catching it early can prevent serious, life-changing complications. I want to tell you about Helen, a 72-year-old retired teacher from Ohio. For years, Helen thought of herself as healthy. She walked every morning, kept up with her grandkids, and rarely saw her doctor. But over a few weeks, she noticed little things. At first, just the occasional headache, then more frequent nosebleeds. One evening, she stood up from her chair and felt so dizzy, she had to grab the armrest to keep from falling. She almost ignored it, thinking it's just part of getting older. But she decided to see her doctor anyway. Her blood pressure was 198/110, dangerously high. Her doctor said if she'd ignored it much longer, she could have had a stroke or worse. With her doctor's help, Helen made a plan. She started walking more, cut back on salt, and followed a new eating plan called the DASH diet. Within a few months, her blood pressure was back in a safe range and she felt better than she had in years. Helen's story is proof paying attention can save your life. But so many people don't. Why some of us assume these symptoms are just part of aging. After all, who hasn't felt dizzy or had a headache? Others think I feel fine most of the time, so it can't be serious. And some of us are just afraid of what the doctor might say. But ignoring these symptoms is a mistake. Even if you feel okay now, high blood pressure can quietly weaken your heart, harden your arteries, and damage your brain. By the time you have a heart attack, stroke, or kidney failure, the damage is done. Catching it early gives you choices. You can often bring it down with simple lifestyle changes. You might not even need medication, but even if you do, it's worth it to protect your health. So listen to your body. Don't make the mistake of ignoring the warning signs. If you do notice symptoms, don't panic, but don't delay either. Call your doctor. Tell them what you're experiencing and ask to have your blood pressure checked. Many pharmacies and senior centers offer free or low-cost screenings if you need a quick check before your appointment. Start keeping a simple journal of your symptoms, when they happen, how long they last, and what you were doing at the time. That information can help your doctor figure out what's going on. And if you ever feel sudden numbness on one side of your body, confusion, slurred speech, or vision loss, call 911 immediately. Those can be signs of a stroke, and every second counts. Once you know you have high blood pressure, you might wonder, what can you do about it? The good news is, there are many natural, safe steps you can take starting today to help lower it. Move your body every day. You don't have to join a gym, just walk for 30 minutes, garden dance, or try some gentle yoga. Cut back on salt. Taste your food before you salt it. Use herbs, garlic, or lemon for flavor instead. And read labels. Many soups and snacks are surprisingly high in sodium. Drink plenty of water. Staying hydrated helps your body function properly and keeps your blood pressure more stable. Eat more of the right foods. Fill your plate with fresh fruits and vegetables, whole grains, lean proteins like chicken and fish, and healthy fats from nuts and olive oil. Avoid fried foods. Fatty cuts of meat and sugary snacks as much as you can. If you're carrying extra weight, even losing just 5 or 10 pounds can lower your blood pressure and take strain off your heart. And don't forget to relax. Stress raises blood pressure too. Take time for yourself, whether that means prayer reading, deep breathing, listening to music, or simply sitting in the sunshine. Even if your doctor recommends medication, these lifestyle changes will make you healthier and may even reduce how much medicine you need. Small, consistent steps really do add up. One of the most powerful tools you can use is called the DASH diet, short for Dietary Approaches to Stop Hypertension. This isn't a fad diet or a quick fix. It's a proven way of eating that lowers blood pressure and improves heart health. The DASH diet focuses on eating more of the good and less of the bad. You fill your plate with fruits and vegetables. Enjoy low-fat or fat-free dairy. Choose whole grains instead of white bread or pasta. Eat lean proteins like fish and poultry and snack on nuts or seeds. You avoid salty, fatty, and fried foods as much as possible. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start small, add an extra serving of vegetables to dinner, swap chips for an apple, or choose whole wheat bread instead of white. The beauty of the DASH diet is that it doesn't just lower your blood pressure, it helps you feel more energetic, improves your digestion, and supports your overall health. Talk to your doctor or a dietitian about how to get started. It could be the single best step you take for your heart. And remember this, you are not powerless. High blood pressure may be common, but it doesn't have to control your future. By paying attention to the warning signs, making small but meaningful changes, and working with your doctor, you can lower your risk of heart disease, stroke, and so much more. It's never too late. Whether you're 60, 70, or even 80, your body still responds to care and kindness. So listen to your body's alarms. Take action today, even if it's just one small step, and give yourself the gift of more healthy, independent years. Because nothing is more valuable than your health. And you deserve to enjoy every moment of life feeling your best.